What's going on, everyone? Josh or Miho here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got a split review to do for you, and I'm going to be talking to you about the new split from the bands Plutonian Shore and the Transylvanian Funeral entitled Alchemical Manifestations. This is released on Forbidden Records. Now, I'm going to talk about both bands separately instead of blending it in all together. I'm going to start off with Plutonian Shore's side of the split first. Plutonian Shore isn't new to me. I've talked about this band many a great deal on this channel in the past. I reviewed their split with Humut Tabal and their 2012 release Lunar Rites. Just amazing stuff. This is a band that takes a traditional sense to black metal, very much inspired by Norwegian and Swedish influences, but yet they throw in this almost ambient and symphonic structuring to their songs. And this is a band that makes it work so good. They're pretty much one of my favorite local black metal bands. They do this style justice, and not to mention they are fantastic live. Just the stage presence is amazing, and they deliver on all ends. But yeah, onto the split. You're going to get 6 tracks with this band, and it starts off with the opening track, To Open the Gates. This basically is this album's opening introduction. And you're going to get welcomed right into the split with about 2 minutes of just straight up ambient, dark, and moody instrumentation. But then when you get to the songs A Thousand Eyes and The Beast in the Mirror, you're going to get the typical Plutonian Shore attack. Just a lot of great, solid musicianship with those songs. Both of them have an absolute catchiness to them. You're going to hear the riffs that'll get stuck in your head, and just the way the symphonics are used are just absolutely amazing. The thing that makes Plutonian Shore is definitely the way the musicianship is. Just how great the guitars sound. I just love the way the riffs are. The riffs are very heavy. They can be melodic at times. They can be crushing at times, but yet all these different types of guitar styles work. Just a lot of great solid leads, nice tremolo riffs here and there, but yet it's done tastefully. It's done respectfully, and I just love the way the guitars sound on these songs. And the rest of the instrumentation is just amazing too. I love the way the bass is utilized. It's a very warm, solid bass tone. It's not over loud. It doesn't overshadow the guitar. It knows exactly what it's doing, and it delivers it nicely. The drums have a good solid pace to them. Pretty much you'll hear some blast beats and double bass, a good roll and fill or two, but it's done nicely, very tastefully done, and the symphonics are just absolutely fantastic. The symphonics are another thing that make Plutonian Shore sound so good. It just feels so natural, so clean. It works so good. And the vocals, very high-pitched, raspy screams, delivered with such class, very understandable, very well-worded. I just love the way this vocalist is. And you're going to get some additional tracks, like a cover song of Rotting Christ's The Fifth Illusion from the album Non Serviam. That's a great cover, and it does Rotting Christ justice. And a couple of live tracks, Consecrating the Flesh and Path to Amenti. Both great songs, but hearing them live, they sound just as awesome. But yeah, Plutonian Shore side of the split, you're going to get the typical Plutonian Shore package. It just sounds great. Now we get on to A Transylvanian Funeral. This is my first time hearing about this project, so I decided to look it up and listen to some of the earlier works of this band. And what A Transylvanian Funeral basically is straight up one-man black metal from Tucson, Arizona. If I'm not mistaken, the guy's name is Sleepwalker. And I should also point out he runs Forbidden Records, so major shout-outs to him for him doing what he does for underground metal and all that other good stuff. He has a very no-nonsense approach to his sound. It's very raw, very traditional, very lo-fi sounding, but that's the point of his music, to just deliver straight-up true black metal, and he does that with the kind of music that he makes, preferably on his first 2 releases, the self-titled album and The Outsider. And with the 4 tracks that are on this split, it's basically what you would expect from A Transylvanian Funeral. Just straight out raw black metal with some surprises here and there and in between. Like, there are moments on this album where you're going to get very differing vocal styles. You'll get a very mid to high end raspy kind of scream, very throaty, very harsh, but the way he delivers the vocals he sounds fantastic. And there are moments on this record where he basically ventures off into spoken word territory. You can hear the depravity in his voice, and you can also hear the emotion in the way he delivers it. It just sounds fantastic. As for the music in itself, it just sounds really top-notch. Top-of-the-line raw black metal, from the way the riffs are, just a very buzzsaw-like effect with the way the guitars sound, the way the bass is, and the way the drums are delivered. The drums have a really good, solid pace to them, very much Latin and blast beats throughout, but he makes it interesting. He makes it very solid and very worth listening to. There's a lot of good, solid, raw black metal with the songs that he delivers here. Most notably on the tracks, the opening track of his side of the split, The Supreme Rite of Transmutation, and Moonchild. Just some great musicianship with those songs. Very well-structured songs. So overall, you're going to get two very contrasting styles of black metal. If you're a fan of black metal with symphonics and ambience to it, you'll enjoy Plutonian Shore. If you're a fan of straight-up raw traditional black metal in the vein of early Dark Throne or early Burzum, A Transylvanian Funeral is definitely something to check out. I'm going to leave you some links in the description box as to where you can listen to this. There's a Bandcamp link where you can stream it, hear it for yourself, be your own judge. This will also be available through physical copies, through CD and cassette tape. I will leave you a link to his web store where you can purchase that and hear it for yourself, and you figure out what to do. But this is an awesome split. If you're a fan of any kind of black metal styles, this is definitely something to invest in and listen to. So, again, the split is Plutonian Shore and A Transylvanian Funeral, entitled Alchemical Manifestations. This is released on Forbidden Records. Support this band, support the label. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. And until the next time, Army Ho out.